Hi Taurus, this is Amanda Nardosi. Thanks for hopping into my little plant den here. We're keeping it warm and we're keeping it cozy. Today's reading is going to be from May 6th to May 12th. And then keep in mind there is a new moon in Taurus coming up on May 7th. So keep an eye out for my intuitive astrological video going into that, as well as check out your other favorite astrologers. See how the major aspects compare to your chart. See how this energy is going to impact you. We're just going to dive right in, do an intuitive channel for this week's energies, and see what's in store for you. Connect with your guides, your angel team. Tune in to see what messages are for you, messages are for others. Sit in your heart space for a moment. I will do the same. These cards are incredibly tall. I don't know if you noticed, they're like big, rectangular. So I can't really shuffle it the way that I normally do. And God, I want to shuffle it like with the bridge shuffle so bad. All right, what's going on with our Taurus today? Weekly energy for the Taurus friends. Okay, so let's go into your cards one by one here and then draw some parallels. So the first card, your focal card, is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, I'm hearing like we need to teach you something. So this could be an environment that you find yourself in. This could be a learning environment that you're in. If you're going to school, university, you could be taking a class, or you could be learning from a book or a novel of some sort. Or it could be like some type of spiritual lesson that you're undergoing right now. Things seem particularly challenging, but it's almost like this is something that you feel like you're making progress in. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing a good job. I'm getting the hang of this. I'm learning to trust myself. I'm learning to sharpen my intuition, or I'm learning this skill. I'm learning this habit, because the Pentacles, for the way that I usually translate the Pentacles, is usually deals with a lot of the material world, but I always associate Pentacles with things like talents, skills, especially in terms of like spiritual development, spiritual growth. Because the Pentacles have a lot of learning and steady building cards. And they are very focused on things like, if there was a destination, quote unquote, oriented card, I would say it would be the Pentacles. Like usually the goals, the ambitions, like things that we're moving towards. But it's like the concrete manifestations of, you know, the wands of fire that drive us, right? So it's almost like this is something that you have been presently working on with the material energy. You've been working on something, you've been seeing incredible progress, and the Three of Pentacles, it's like, I feel like you're feeling pretty good in this space of, oh, I can actually see my manifestations coming into, like you're putting something into practice and you're seeing your manifestations come in, right? Now you have the Nine of Wands and you have the Hanged Man coming as parallels, and I'm getting the word projection with this. So try not to, it's almost like your reserved nature. So like you have the Nine of Wands, which is about being cautious, keeping your energies close. This is almost kind of like an untrusting vibe in a way. It's like you're not really trusting things, you're not really trusting the situation. But the Hanged Man, when it runs parallel to this, is asking you to draw from a different perspective, because it's almost like with this Nine of Wands energy, you are projecting onto, it's like you're projecting this energy out into the physical, and then I'm not going to say it's messing with your manifestations, but it's almost like it's hard to see, when you see an opportunity, it's hard to see the value in that opportunity. So you're less likely to take it, especially when you're keeping your energy reserves close, if that makes sense. But I will give props, because in this Nine of Wands, in the Pokemon Tarot that I'm using, this Nine of Wands, you're weathered. So you're weathered. You've gained a lot of wisdom through battle. You've gained a lot of, like, there's a lot of, you may have found that, you know, I'm hearing like a tried and true, like maybe through trial and error, you've gained a lot of wisdom, you gained a lot of knowledge and skills, but it's because of this that you are wary, and you have a right to be cautious, and that's understandable. But Spirit's almost asking you to kind of take a less cynical approach and try to be more open-minded. This doesn't mean jumping headfirst naively into the next thing, into the next phase, into something that might seem like a good idea, even if you're feeling a little reserved about it. They're not telling you to jump headfirst into this because you've gained that knowledge, you've gained that wisdom for a reason. It's okay to be cautious, but they just want you to open up your mind a little bit more so that you can let in some of these opportunities and actually see what it could be worth to you. So that assessment is important. You have the Ace of Cups, and you also have the Eight of Pentacles running parallel. Now, the Ace of Cups is a new emotional beginning. I do feel like this is a happy change. I'm hearing this is a happy change. The Ace of Cups does indicate like an emotional happiness. It indicates overwhelm. It indicates plenty. Now, the Eight of Pentacles does indicate consistent work. So it's almost like disciplined, having a good work ethic, working towards this happiness or new beginning. Some of you, I'm hearing like this is like substantial growth in a certain area of your life, and it's giving you some type of emotional abundance. And you might not have received like the material gain in its full entirety yet. It almost feels like you're working towards it. Again, you have something going on with something that you're working towards with the Three of Pentacles. You're starting to see the fruits of your labor. And then the Eight of Pentacles, just understand that it will be consistent work. And it's almost like, I see that you get this, Taurus. I see that you get it and that you're working towards it. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get to that ultimate picture that you're dreaming of. There might be like an end goal, but we all know it's about the journey and not the destination. So it's almost like you're just doing consistent work. You're enjoying it for whatever reason. Like this is something that fulfills, especially when the Eight of Pentacles runs alongside the Ace of Cups. It's like you're happy to do this work. It's like an emotional fulfillment. Some of you might have started a new career. Some of you might have started a relationship with someone new. Whatever this new emotional start is, I'm hearing like you came out of a heavy time period and you're entering like a time where you can, I don't know. It's like, it's almost like you're being rewarded for facing the music. And it's almost like I'm getting somebody that needed to face the music to get out of a situation. Like they needed to confront it and recognize it wasn't great for them. They needed to move on from it so that way they can enter a prosperous era. And this new emotional beginning, it's almost like this flood of happy energy. It's like, okay, I can actually get stuff done now. Or I can actually feel good about the stuff that's getting done now. So it comes with a very good energy, Taurus. Let's get into your oracle cards and see what else is going on here. I have both of my Moonology decks out to celebrate the new moon that's coming around the corner here on May 7th. So I'm very excited to dive into these cards for you. So 2 cards came out from this one. Excuse me. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. So this is indicating that you are worthy of this change. Is specifically what is coming to mind. You are worthy of this change. If there's ever any doubt, return to this message. Return to that card. You are good enough for this change. Recognizing that worth is going to help unlock more abundance for you down the line, because I feel like there could be some feeling of imposter syndrome, especially as you improve a lot more. I see something like exponential growth. So you might have had to work hard. It's almost like I'm seeing like a progress here. So between like the Ace and the Three of Pentacles, I see like the 1, 2, 3, and I see you needing to work incredibly hard to lay this foundation of that 1, 2, 3. But then everything beyond Three of Pentacles, anything beyond this, the skills that you've gained, I see exponential growth. So understand that whatever blessings are coming your way, it might like start happening quick enough to where you're like, oh snap, like, am I ready for this? It's gonna be, I'm not gonna say it's a lot of change at once. It is coming fast though, because the energy is gaining momentum with the waxing moon. So the energy is picking up. I do see things happening, like picking up a little bit quicker for you. And it's almost like, if it happens too fast, it's almost like, oh my gosh, like, I don't, like, am I ready? Like, it's almost going to feel like you didn't earn it, but that's just your imposter syndrome speaking. And I don't know if it fully has a place here in your energy. Like, it definitely is coming up, but it's almost like Spirit's like, yeah, don't pay attention to that because you earned it. You're worthy of this. Anything that starts happening for you, any blessings that start happening for you, it does benefit you for the greater. And it is something that you've deserved all along. You're just starting to recognize it, which is why it's coming to you. So, woo! Y'all saw that pop out. That being said, we have last quarter moon in Virgo. Attend to the details. So some of you, I feel like there just might be some things to get out of the way. So I'm hearing like work on it, work on it, work on it. So if you have things behind the scenes that you've needed to tend to, this is one of those times where, you know, getting on those tiny little things that, you know, in the long run, you're focusing on like, in the short term, you're focusing on the big picture, but in the long term, those details are going to be important. So it's almost, it kind of reminds me of like, oh, I just have this paperwork sitting on the back burner that I have to bring to the front to do. Then that way it helps sustain me long term. Those are the kinds of details that I'm talking about. So it doesn't necessarily have to be paperwork. That's just an example, but it's almost the tiny little things that are kind of nagging at you in the back of your mind that are kind of sitting in your energy. Doing those and kind of clearing the way, it almost adds stability to the foundation that you have created. So that way you can continue on with your journey and actually have it bring you more fulfillment long term, if that makes sense. So attending to the details, pretty important for this week. What else we got going on? Guardian Angel, you are not alone. So I'm hearing like you busted your butt. You've been busting your butt, and your Guardian Angel is kind of sitting here like, it's not like you have to prove your love. I do see them applauding you. I see a female figure for your Guardian Angel. For some of you, it is arriving to me as a male, but your Guardian Angel really doesn't have a gender. It's just however it arrives to you as. But I do see for a lot of you, it's appearing as like a strong female figure. But it is referencing angel numbers, angel signs. I am actually getting powerful women on the other side that you know of that may have passed. So that being said, ever since I've been studying like mediumship and practicing it a lot more, they've been coming through in readings, but I do see a powerful female figure that you may connect to on the other side. So if you have like a grandmother that was a strong figure in life, a mom, like an aunt, I'm getting like some like independent woman aunt energy. Like I'm getting fun aunt, like, like, let's go, let's do it, let's manifest, let's get this stuff done. I'm hearing like, let's just get this shit done. And I'm also hearing that you might have, okay, so I'm also hearing, so the energy with this card, I'm actually hearing I'm lonely, I feel lonely. And if you are feeling lonely, just know that you are not alone. Do I find spirit to be a substitute for the community and connection that we crave here on this earth? No, but just understand that you are not alone and that your guardian angel is here working with you to help you feel less alone, to help bring in, not only to help you feel that connection with the divine, because it does, for me, it's a temporary relief when I connect, but also connecting with the divine does help, like, when I especially when I put in the effort to ask and engage. It's one of those ask and receive moments where when you're connecting with your guardian angel, your spirit team, your loved ones on the other side, asking them for opportunities and then putting in the physical effort to go out and try to meet new people, make new friends, get a lover, like going out and putting the energy out there, but asking them for their assistance and bringing the right people into you. So all the guides, all spirit does, they don't show you the answers. They may give you guidance on, you know, here's some opportunities for you, but life is always what we make of it. We do have a lot of power, and that does scare some people because a lot of people are saying, oh gosh, well, like, you know, I look to God or I look to the universe or love for the answers, and they don't have the answers. The answers are within us. So when they present us with opportunities, our intuition, it's like we discuss it with ourselves and we say, does this work for me or does this not work for me? So just trust that there are many things that can work for you in this lifetime. There are many different people that you can meet, many different relationships to be had. There are over 7 billion people in the world at this present moment. And I'm not saying it's just that easy to go out and make friends, because you might be in an area that's limited, but even if something like online friends, it might not be the way that you look, it might not be or come in the way that you expect, but it's there. And I'm getting for a lot of you, I'm getting like making friends, but I'm also like that connection with friends, but I'm also getting for a lot of you like romantic love, like wanting or seeking stuff, like a partnership like that. And so long as you're putting in the efforts, it will come to you. It's just a matter of, I'm hearing like be keen on opening your heart. They want you to open up your heart a little bit more. This is crossing over the 9 of Wands. So you might feel a little bit reserved because of past situations. So just opening up your heart is a channeled message that's coming through. Let's see if we have any other guidance for you, Taurus. The farther gate, bold step forward. So this is, I'm hearing like take a chance. So take a chance on love, take a chance on your dreams, take a chance on something. This is something that when you're performing something bold, this is something in your energy that might be a little challenging for you to do. It might have been challenging for you in the past, but you might feel a rush or a surge of energy to get in there and do the thing. You don't always feel motivated to go after your dreams, but it's almost like bold step forward. When this comes through in a reading, it is a very intentional step. Usually this is acting on the inspiration, but not always. So for a lot of you, it is, I don't know, I feel a lot of culmination of, it's either like a buildup of inspiration, or it's almost like you're on the precipice of change and there's like a lot of frustration leading to making this move or to stepping forward into something. I just feel a lot of energy built up and then pushing forward on it. So again, I don't want to say it looks like motivation, because it can be like a surge of inspiration or motivation that comes through. But I don't want to like say that and have people waiting for it, because that's not necessarily like in this energy that I'm feeling. It's just a buildup of some type of energy. For you, it can be inspiration, it could be motivation, it could be just being fed up with where you're at and saying, I need to make a change and I'm making this choice for me. This is giving chariot energy. This is giving, directing your will to manifesting something in your life and saying, I'm going to take these steps. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and I'm going to make this choice. And then you just follow through with it. So I really like that for you, Taurus. So you're like you're being bold here and you're taking chances. And I do feel like, again, just keeping in mind that you are good enough for whatever changes come next, and that exponential growth, I feel like that bold step forward is going to be kind of your gateway into that exponential energy. So taking that, like, trusting where you're going will help. Okay. You have 810 in Pulling from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. I'm hearing whispers of a father coming through too. I don't want to focus too much on mediumship at the present moment. There is something like strong coming in as a father. I'm hearing just as your father did before you. So if you've had a father that might have taken a chance on something, like that might be like some inspiration, or that might be like an understanding. Some of you might understand that. But anyway, it was something that whispered through to my heart and like was very clear. So I had to share it. But I always read these messages twice. You have 810. God is supporting you on your journey to a sense of connectedness and purpose. One more time. God is supporting you on your journey to a sense of connectedness and purpose. That connection is incredibly important. So that being said, Taurus, I hope this helped you in some way. If this resonated, like and subscribe and all the things that way. You can keep up to date with me on the channel. I post weeklies. I post zodiac signs every week. I post collectives in between. And I also teach tarot over on my Instagram and also on my Facebook page. So if you were interested, go ahead and follow along there. I go into each individual tarot card. I talk about the different things that I've channeled through there. I don't talk about traditional meanings because those are everywhere online. But I may talk about them if it's something that I channeled through. And I'll compare other cards. I'll show them side by side and everything with that too. So if you want to learn tarot, go check that out. I also offer personal readings. So you can check the link below at amandanardosi.com. That's the only place I offer readings. I'll never reach out to you in like the DMs or anything, solicit you for whatever reason. I do enough readings on Facebook for free just to practice. So, but as of right now, I'm closing my free readings book and it is charging from here on out. So that being said, you can look at my list of services over there. That being said, I love you, and I'll see you next time.